Politricks watch. This is SFB. Now, today I'm going to be talking about 8 Americans who were recently convicted in Ireland for smuggling bad coke. 17 key to be precise. About $130 million. It's not the biggest bad coke case you ever see, but still decent money. They go on here, the quote-unquote conviction of them get. I'm also going to be talking about Australia. Why? Remember one time your favorite CEO, Shane Darling, mentioned Australia? You know, him kind of use them as like an example of, you know, they did this, so if we did this, I'm going to tell them to say, you only can't meet that. You only can't back. Yeah. Using Australia as an example is simply nonsense because Australia never had a murder problem. Today, I'm going to show you the data. I know we always like to show you right, the solid facts. Make up your own mind when you see it. We could start off with the Yankee them. It must be nice to be an American in Ireland. The US passport seemed to come with a lot of quote-unquote luck. They say 8 Americans were caught trying to export 17 key worth of bad coke, aka the Gwinnett. Get it? Street value $130 million Irish. They were convicted and sentenced to 30 years. Just unicorning. You know, that's the PIA version of just kidding. And Yankees say, I'm just kidding. No, or just unicorning. They were given fines. Yes, you heard me correctly. Fines. Right. Man said I plead guilty. The judge said, alright. Fines. Now, I know you're confused. Surely I can't have those fines. They're $130 million worth of bad coke. This is the country that claims it's serious about stop being a transnational route. Right. People who want to push that coke to and from Uncle Sam place, Latin American in place there, wherever it come from. Listen to what one of the lawyers them say, who defend, right, some of the 8 individuals them. Listen to this statement. It's on the screen right now. Because if I never show them, maybe wouldn't think I joke mamic. Or a unicorn back myself. I quote, "The public ought also to understand that these fines are significant sums that should serve as a deterrent to anyone considering doing the same in court." If you want to know what your favorite lawyers think of the Jamaican public, or if them think you don't have sense, just listen to them statement. When somebody go look on you and tell you say, right, hearing say American nationals, foreign nationals get catched in your country, right, with 17 key, and you must understand that these fines are significant, right, and it's going to deter, right, should serve as a deterrent to anyone considering doing the same. That's how you know them people there. Things in the body of Iron Man, no sense. How much were the fines? Well, the lowest was $850,000. The highest was $1.25 million. You hear that, John Public? $1 million Irish will deter people who ship $130 million worth of diet coke. So calm down and stop complaining. What more do you want? Ooh, it's so scary. I'm sure people who want to use Ironman as a transshipment point are thinking to themselves right now, that's it guys, the jig is up. Best to stay away from Ironman. I mean, after all, we wouldn't want to get a less than $7,000 US fine. Ooh, so scary. I'm sure all of the big pusher them, the man them, you know, I ship them diet coke from all over the world. Man them want to ship them how much keys of this and keys of that. I'm sure they're looking at this sentencing right now and they're going one on. Right. Less than $7,000 US fine is the highest. Right. The lowest you get $850,000 Irish dollars. No sir. No sir. Guys, Forget about Iron Man. We need to find a new route. We need to find a new route. I'm sure that's what they're thinking. I'm sure they're quote-unquote deterred. I mean, let's be realistic here. So. People in the Diet Coke game use a mill for white than wearing. Do you know what would happen to 8 Jamaicans who get catch with 17 key in our Uncle Sam place? Like ask the question again. Do you know what will happen to 8 Jamaicans who get catch with 17 key in our Uncle Sam place? Our Uncle Sam soil? If America catch you with 17 keys, they might throw away the keys. You better make sure you have some valuable intel to give them. Otherwise, unicorn you mess up. But clearly, Iron Man is a playground for American criminals, foreign criminals in general. Right. It's one of them big kindergarten playground. You know, back in the day, some of the fast food restaurants in the one section of the picnic, they just play. Look like I saw them look on Iron Man. By the way, speaking about playground for American, remember the big influencer who did fly in Armatic and only get a fine? Remember, flying on private jet. Right. Now, we see people get catch with 17 key and only get fined too. I don't know, it's looking kind of spooky. Remember, we hear the influencer say, out her own mouth, the lawyer tell her, say him done work out something with the judge. Right. And then go court to get the lightest sentence possible. Back from private jet, gone a yard. So, I don't know. I'm just saying, it looks spooky. That's all I'm gonna say. Or, we still pretending so we never hear the big influencer, or the Jada, influencer girl say, right, our lawyer, tell her say him link the judge already, and then I reach court yet. And she sent cross, must be 50,000 US. And then, him not send back. Are we still pretending that never happened? Are we? Okay, maybe we are. Okay, let's move on then. Right. Irie. Let's look at Shane Darling's argument with Australia. My favorite CEO, Shane Darling. He mentioned that, look at Australia. I mean, Australia did a gun barrel program in Australia and I'm telling you, sir, that can't make no sense because Australia was never fighting a hell of a gang war on a high murder rate where people have said, boy, I need my weapons because atheism are come for me. They never had such a problem. They'll never show no the data. But the reason why Shane Darling can't say things like that is because people with big title in Jamaica, like CEO of the FLA, when them talk, historically people just nod them head. But we don't do that over here. Right? When they say certain things, we're going to check it out. We're going to check the data. We're going to see if a unicorn back. In Australia, there was a mass shooting in 1996. The government had a knee-jerk reaction and them do a quote-unquote ban. I mean, some of it was a buyback program where them secure back the gun them and would give money and all kind of incentive and thing, but they basically wanted to protect enough of the gun them out of the hands of Australian people. Australia is used by many people. A lot of voters stuff use Australia. Look how when time them do this happen. Let me show you the facts. These are numbers, the data from Australia. And go look for yourself. As you can see on your screen, all the way back to 1915, firearm homicide has been around 0.5 per 100k mark. All the way back to 1915, 0.5 for firearm homicides. This country never had no gun murder problem. Right? They were never suffering from a record amount of shootings and killings with legal or illegal firearms. They were simply not having that problem. Let me say, 1996 mass shooting, the government responded right with an extreme and, in hindsight, unnecessary move because, as you can see on your screen, right, this country was not under no real pressure from the gun violence. Unlike Ireland, which is why it's ridiculous to even use Australia. But we could continue. Now, as you can see on this chart, knives were used to kill more people in the country every single year. Look on the chart. You see knives, you see guns. Even when time people had them whole heap of guns, even before the quote-unquote gun ban, other weapons were being used to kill Australians more than guns. See that on your screen, the gun is the least used weapon. Even though back then, Australians had them in much larger quantities because, as I say, the quote-unquote gun ban wasn't in place yet. The blue line is gun, red line is knife, green is other means. So the gun was always the least used tool. So that shows you they never had any problem with no gun. But when they ban, gun. How does somebody look at this data and say, you know what we need to ban? Guns. And even all these different weapons you can see, right, a 1 per 100k, right, is as bad as it gets. Australia does not have the high murder rate problem. But that's homicide. What about suicides? Surely less guns equal less suicide, right? As you can see, even before the gun ban, non-firearm suicides were higher. Let me say that one more time. Even before the 1996 gun ban, non-firearm suicides were higher. In other words, people were killing themselves with other things even when time they had the option to easily get a firearm. But when the gun ban happened, look at the chart. The gap widened, but there is a drop because there's people with less firearms. But look, right, on the non-firearm suicides, it got worse. People were using other means to kill themselves. Firearm suicide at their highest was about 500. Non-firearm suicides got as high as 2,500. Breaking news, Mr. Woke to this. People don't take them life because they have guns. They take their lives because they want to. A man with no weapon at all has 1,000 ways to end him life. The same your husband with no gun, right, have 1,000 ways to kill him wife. Every argument only use, yeah, but suppose a man get vexed and kill him wife, you need gun to kill your wife? A man not also make up your mind to not kill your man, you need a gun for that? Suppose man go start take their own life, so man want to take them own life, right? A man want to end his life, I man say, alright, that's it, I've had enough. Oh, but I forgot my nana gun. Is this how things work in the woke world? But tell me, say them people don't live in the real world. They don't live in common sense world. Because this is elementary. Somebody who wants to take their own life don't need no gun. So claiming say the reason why other law-abiding people shouldn't own guns is because they are trying to stop man from take them life or stop man from killing them wife. It's rubbish. A fully grown male can kill him wife with his bare hands. He can use a stone or lass. Him have 100 things in a yard for do it. Come on, Mr. Woke, you can't be that simple. Look on the amount of people who kill themselves after the gun ban. Without firearms. People are pointing to Australia and I say, but look at the lives that were saved. No, because the decline in firearm suicide was made up with suicide from other means. People just say, alright, I'm going to just use rope. Alright, I'm going to jump off a building. There has always been more non-firearm homicides and suicides in Australia, but people want to use them as a poster child for stripping law-abiding people of their guns. Look at Australia, when time they bring in their gun ban, which want to go all the way back to 1915. Australia was dropping under 0.5 per 100k for firearm homicides, right, long before any gun ban. These people don't care that more people kill themselves without firearm, because it's not about saving lives, it's about pushing an agenda. Anyway, Patreon Squad, big up on yourself. Yeah, you don't know, more life. Culture Squad, stay circling. Bless.